Hi everybody, welcome back to our regular Wednesday spy game campaign HEXCRAWL. I am once again joined by an assortment of very red individuals by Spotify. We were just comparing our unwrappeds, and we all have our sins to bear. So without further ado, let's say hello to everybody and check in with one and all. As ever, our first and to my right on the overlay is Noir. Hello, friend. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing all right.
Good.
Just chilling, like you said, read by Spotify. I did not think I used Spotify as much as I did. That kind of opened my eyes to where my time goes. Um, but yeah, what do I have going on? I'll be starting a couple of shows on my channel, which I'm very excited for.
Nice.
There's going to be a show called Weekly Shadows, which is going to be on Wednesday nights, which is going to be an Urban Shadows 2 game with a rotating cast so we can fill out the world with all sorts of scary creatures.
Cool.
Then Dungeons and Deep Dish is on its way. I've already filmed 2 episodes, so I'm going to be dropping that. I want to say at the beginning of the new year. Then on Tuesdays, we're going to have a late night show where we talk about the intersection of the TTRPG community along with the sex working community, and just kind of really just talking about all things hobbies. And it's called Talking Crit, and I can't wait to get that started. And other than that, this week on Morning Ritual, we have Sarah Franco from TPK Roleplay that I can't wait to talk to. And Rivals of Waterdeep is going to be back this week. So on Sunday, check that out because I'm working behind the scenes. And finally, I will see you at PAX. That's me.
Nice. Awesome. Thanks so much, man. And Susie, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. Unlike Noir, I have been doing nothing. This week it's been nice. I've been playing tons of Bannerlord 2. And yeah, accidentally starting wars and immediately like getting smashed by the Empire because I went and did a war. So that was fun. But yeah, I'm building my way back up. Got my peeps back. I'm getting back in there. Because thy empire will be strong under my guidance and my steady hand. So yes, that's me there. I was read by my Spotify. My number 1 most listened to song was an anime intro. So there you go. It was Joran, Princess of Snow and Blood's intro for those who are interested or care at all. It's a very good song. I don't know. Yeah, so that's basically me this week. It's nothing, listening to anime, dying a lot in games.
I didn't catch it on Monday. How was your vampire dating sim?
Oh my god. So this fucking game, it was like they had reached into my brain and pulled out like me. Like the main character is like just a fucking idiot doofus, and like she like does finger guns to the mirror before she goes out. And she sees the vampires, and instead of being like, oh fuck, I'm in trouble, she's like, oh fuck, I'm in trouble. And I romanced Valeria, who was the lady, and she was haughty and mean, and she likes the finer things in life, which means she was the perfect character wife for me to have. And then she killed me a bunch, and then I safe scummed, and then she eventually turned me into a vampire, and it was very good. Oh, and we banged.
Wait, so hang on. So you lost the game a few times?
Yeah.
So basically you have to navigate. Sorry, I'm catching up. You have to navigate. Okay. You have to navigate not dying.
Yes.
To bang them.
So when I first arrived, I used the wrong option and all 3 of them just ate me. That was just a thing that happened. And I was like, worth it, because it was great anyway. And then the second time I again chose the wrong option once I got Valeria on her own, and then she killed me because I was harping on about Van Helsing and she didn't like him. So she was like, die. And then eventually we got there.
Okay.
Apparently Van Helsing's real in this universe, as is Dracula.
Okay, sure.
It was very good. I highly recommend it. First bite. If you like visual novels, if you like dating sims, I highly recommend picking it up. It's good.
Okay. Awesome. Pope, have you been seducing any vampires?
I have not been seducing, even though my inner Toreador longs. But as for the world of vampires, apparently Universal thought it was in their best interest to cast Nicolas Cage as Dracula for an upcoming picture. So I just have one request. I know it's near impossible, but I have one request of this film. If you're going to have Nick Cage as Dracula, Moon Knight needs to make an appearance and demand his money. That's all I'm asking for. Because if we are going to establish the Moon Knight Dracula, it being Nick Cage makes absolute sense. As for myself, we just wrapped the season over on Weavertail for both Aliens and Mutants Masterminds. So I'm looking forward to a nice winter break.
Did anyone die in Aliens?
Yes, but not me, because I was playing a murderous synth.
Oh yeah, you said. I remember.
Hey, I did a good, and the lesbians escaped with my murderous synth, and we all got to be space pirates. So,
All right.
And the rest of the corporate folks all died terribly.
Shame.
No, personal highlight was probably taking the corporate exec of the colony and throwing it directly at one of the warrior drones. Just yeet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, absolutely amazing game. I love Free League's like D6 based system.
It's very good.
It's clean.
Very good.
I will say that it's very clean, and I adore that, and has the right amount of tension. Vason's also great, folks. So if you want to do some more period style horror, definitely check that out. And yeah, I'm just so happy to be here with my murderous spy family, and can't wait to see what sort of trouble we get up to this episode.
Yeah, we shall see. And Lynn, have you been seducing any vampires?
Unfortunately not, but I have been building robots here. I sent myself a kit for vacation and thing is done, and now I have to figure out how to like deassemble it and send it back home.
Oh no, you've got to get it back.
No, it actually
right?
it fit. They're very good about little pieces.
Okay.
Being shipping, so yeah.
Oh,
and
of course.
Yeah, my Spotify thing was as reflected. A lot of anime and a lot of video game music.
Yeah.
Mostly Final Fantasy music, so that's where that went.
Yeah, accurate. Any upcoming like art reveals to speak of, or is it anything under like NDAs and stuff?
Yeah, that sort of stuff and stuff that's getting ready for the beginning of next year. So
yeah.
It's mostly just a kind of a relax until stuff starts getting going. Beginning of the year. So
yeah, no, fair. Yeah, I'm needing a break as well. I think I'm due one. Yeah, today I warn you, friends, it's going to be a little bit spacey, and I'm already feeling the disassociation kicking in. So just bear with me. It's we've got a convention at the end of the week as Black Cats Gaming. Not only is that, but I'll be popping around the Modifius booth as well. We'll be at Dragon Meet in West London. So I've got like tablecloths and POS display stuff downstairs, and I've been doing that. Plus the day job anyway. So it's always, the drudges of December. It's always like final push. Come on now, let's get. So I got my little 2 week break, and then I'll conquer the world. Sure. Yeah. And so alas, unfortunately, there'll be no After the Fire tomorrow. Except, Susie, we're actually doing an After the Fire. Have you got enough folks?
Well, me, Tom, and Millie will be there for sure, as we always are.
That's enough to fill like 4 hours of soul, right? So.
If we don't get anyone else, it'll be me, Tom, and Millie. We came up with some cracking concepts yesterday. We're gonna make dating profiles for each character.
There's activities? Jesus Christ! Okay.
It's now a summer camp.
Apparently,
it's a whole thing. Me and Millie were talking. We almost got Jay to record us like blind date voiceovers, so we could do the whole fucking thing. So we've got plans.
Okay,
we got schemes.
Cool.
There's been like 2 episodes since we last had an after the fire, so that's about 6 hours worth of content right there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I'll be busy making little posters and price lists and stuff, make it look sexy. So that's what I'll be up to. I'll be at my desk. I'll be right here, but I'll just be working somehow else. All right, let's start. Let's not muck about anymore. No more mucking about. Let's play some of this music. We can do a little bit of a recap. All right, so my disassociative memory serves me right. Last week, or yesterday, in character, you captured a hive agent that eventually revealed themselves to you, thanks to a drugged up Ope and Athena looking at his hex device and checking out his profile, and to Athena's hex eye trained eye, literally, then she was kind of almost immediately able to tell that it was like a bot, some falsely created cover story. Oh, thanks for the sub. Let us know who you want the little advantage dice to go to. And so with that information, and with a few more bits of intel, you guys can be prepping, or have been prepping, for the protest the next day, which is where we'll be picking up from. Nix and Athrena went off to go and actually make contact with Info Redacted, which is our advocacy group, our protest group, who are nearby, and their leadership was located in a squat in southeast London, where in an old abandoned police station, you finally met with their leadership, with that guy who was a little bit kind of British, white middle class kind of protest guy, and then you had the more populist, probably more working class leader, kind of populist leader, and she was much more kind of on the ball, it seemed, at least. But both seemed pretty surprised that they'd been duped by an intelligence firm into being a bit more aggressive in their protesting methods, and that they'd be, whipping them up into a bit of a riot. And so what they plan to do, at least under your guidance, is not be like that. So they're going to try and calm it back down again for you, while you guys find the Hive crew who are looking to grab some records from a Whitehall office in London. Let's have a little look at that now. And let's take you to the morning of the protest itself. You've all had to get some sleep, some more than others, probably. But the night hasn't afforded you much more time at all to prepare. Nix and Athrena, you will have had to get, the last trains or the last buses back into town to get to your what is now moved from your regular safe house in Dalston to an old disused tube platform. So you have a little entrance into an old disused entrance of a London Underground station, and Ope has hooked up the power into it, taking it from another adjacent platform that's still in use, and you can still just about see through a little gap in the wall. And so there, on an uncomfortable night, you're all awake, and probably on like Athena's laptop or something, you are viewing this view of the march itself. Oh, let's get into all the cool, crazy 3D shit that I can do on this. Welcome to the future, people. But, right, okay. So, let's have a little recap of the route. Protest is going to start as a march from Speaker's Corner in Hyde Park. Speaker's Corner being a bit of a kind of historical kind of monument for protest and for free speech. Even though the UK constitutionally doesn't have anything truly safeguarding that, just a bunch of legislation that has built up over the years. There's no active constitution or anything like that. So free speech is more of a kind of a given than anything else here. It walks through down Hyde Park towards the south, where you meet Piccadilly, and then there's that like big roundabout near Wellington Arch. The protest is going to head under Wellington Arch. Can I rotate this, please? Okay. And then it's going to head through Green Park, just adjacent to Buckingham Palace. You're going to see the Victoria Memorial on your right, and then the protest will be walking down the Mall. Obviously, locations of interest have been identified on the intel that you first, got shown. So Buckingham Palace being a target, St James's Palace possibly being a target, Lancaster House, they're all along that the Mall and near the Diana Princess of Wales Memorial Walk. But if you head right the way down the Mall, through Admiralty Arch, you reach Trafalgar Square, and just to the north of that, the National Gallery, which is where the initial intel pointed you at in terms of a target of attack. That's proved to be false, because you've seen the messages on our little hive friend, his device, the original messages, saying that the attack is going to be actually made in Whitehall. So as you travel pretty much south along from Trafalgar Square, you are walking down Whitehall, down towards the Houses of Parliament, which are in the Westminster Abbey Houses of Parliament, basically just being in front of you as you then get there into Westminster. Taking Downing Street, literally being on the way as you walk south down Whitehall. And so the attack itself really isn't that far from Downing Street. Just an office in a building along the route there, probably just past the Cenotaph. So you see where all these white buildings are on the western side of the road, the opposite side to the river. That's one of the offices that is going to be hit. I'll leave you guys in the morning of your planning.
So,
oh,
oh, go on. No, you go.
I was going to. Well, actually, it makes sense for you to go first because he still needs to sleep it off. So go for it.
So,
Forgot how viciously high he was.
extremely fucking high. Okay, so we know that they're targeting this specific office in the Whitehall. They're going after certain tax documents. I can, if given a device that they have used to pull this info, if they've pulled it digitally, I assume so. They're not going to grab physical documents. I can pull that from a machine, but I'm not, as we all know, a very physical agent. So that's going to be your guys' job to get that stuff. Once
So
you get it,
somebody,
then I take over.
so you need someone to get in there and get you logged in, and then figure out what's on there.
Well, what if we
There's
don't?
a wrinkle.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, though things could be hazy from last night. All this data is on a particular hard drive that they're acquiring. So it's a physical lift.
Okay.
So we can't necessarily just log you in. We have
No.
to actually grab the drive.
Put something in, take the drive, same amount of effort. Just have to get it out.
Get me the drive, I can clone it. I can pull that info. Because I was thinking that we let them do the hard work of getting the files, because they're the ones that are going to have to bypass the security. They're going to have to do the difficult, heavy lifting, and we just scoop after they've done it.
Well, keep in mind, this is another alphabet soup agency that probably doesn't know precisely who they're working for. This looks like more of a priority target than Zabrovnia. So they're likely just as well, probably better equipped than us, given the state of Hope's face, and have as few qualms as we do, if not fewer,
Hurtful.
but accurate. And no, we all need to be careful of this one, even if it's just sort of a, oh, look, all the alarms are going off. That person looks suspicious, hit them. And then take their stuff. I don't think it's going to be that easy.
Or if I may give another option, would be to take the drive, and if we have our own drive, maybe you can get into their system via that.
You're saying switch drives?
Just switch drives, yes. You want to put whatever a number of fancy little programs on there, whatever you want to do. Might be a way to get in there. See what they're up to.
I mean, we could try that. But either way, I don't see this going in a way that will be smooth. It's not like we can just slip the drive out of that pocket and we have to identify them first, right? And if they're as good as you are, Nix, then that's going to be fucking hard.
Well, let's see what the competition is at some point, if it does go not smoothly.
A little disturbed at how happy you seem to be at that prospect, but we're not going to touch that right now. We're planning a mission. Okay, so... Yes, Sherlock.
We're going to need eyes.
Yeah.
So I know field work and you are about as disagreeable as myself and whatever Southwestern cuisine is considered in most of the world. But we're going to
Tex-Mex
need
is really good. Don't mind me.
Pico de Gallo is a lie and it tears up my intestines. We need to have eyes on as much as we can. So how do we get your capabilities to where they are needed so we have some form of oversight?
Lucky for you, these protests are in part about the facial recognition software and cameras that the Met Police are deploying in force around their jurisdiction. So primarily, it's an international protest, an effort against surveillance kind of life, surveillance capitalism a little bit, but also data freedom, personal freedoms like that. But London specifically is being kind of targeted in a way because of what the Met are doing, because of their facial recognition software. And so you could imagine, and pulling through some of the Hex news feeds that you're seeing this morning, Athrena, I can imagine what might have become a ritual of, instead of picking up the news or just picking up whatever news app you
Mhm.
log into in the morning. You're looking through Hexi. You're looking at what's trending. You're looking at what the story is and what they want to tell. And the ID riots are a footnote in morning news anchorage across the UK. They are a reference. These are happening today. Isn't that interesting? What's more interesting is that in all the imagery that you can see, mobile CCTV cameras are being put up across the route, manned by Met Police. And, another footnote, another reference to these is their facial recognition capabilities.
I think she gets an image and like zooms in on it. You see these?
Enhance.
Yes.
Okay.
These are our eyes.
How do we get you access?
I don't know without actually seeing one getting in there.
So what we're trying to do is we're trying to hack into the facial recognition system.
I would figure it would be a closed system if it's being used by the Met.
They all the feeds go somewhere, right?
Yeah, there's no such
Well,
thing as a closed system. We can always break it open.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
considering that the Met's offices are on the route, I would figure it may be hardlined. They may be using the fiber lines along the street to run their facial recognition software right back to the HQ.
There's gotta be a way to access that though, not just hardwire. They want, obviously at HQ they'll want the feed, but they need the feed down there on the ground too. So there's likely a small command, little base command on the ground. A van, some fucking sergeant with a little mini bank of monitors.
The problem here is we don't have time.
New Scotland
Yeah.
Yard, a quick hex search will provide you, is directly across the road from the Cenotaph, which is
Good.
directly across the road from the offices being targeted. God, I
I mean,
love
I'd be
London.
very-
It's ridiculous.
I mean, it'd be a lot of fun for me to put on an old fucking Bobby's hat and go, cheerio, pip, old son, let me look at those cameras, but I don't think that's going to work.
I don't
However-
understand half of the words you just said, but I think that we could. Didn't we do something similar with the evil twin?
Something.
Back in the embassy, we were able to I just disassociated so hard. You gave me some good stuff, I think.
I know how you feel.
But I think I'm picking up on you. We can do sort of a similar bit as we did back at the embassy. And I might be able to spoof you an ID as he looks at Athrena.
Hey,
Talk enough technical jargon at a cop and their eyes cross.
Yeah.
So you can probably walk in and get
mean,
access.
yeah, I do hold a British passport too. I do know my way around British Bobbies. They're special breed.
So you are more familiar with the UK than I am. If I was to make you an agency badge, which one would they just look at and then their eyes glaze over and they just give you access?
Fuck. I don't know. Just give me a Met badge. They don't look at each other.
Sure.
Just make me look like one of the IT squad. They don't give a shit.
Exactly. They'll be too
Right.
busy keeping eyes on everything going on to hopefully pay you any amount of attention.
These people still type with one finger.
I
This is the kind we're
actually
dealing with.
I have a good idea, because if I'm not saying all the cops are the same, I'm saying just most, and this is a Western force. I know precisely what to do. You're not actually Met Police. You're a Met Police volunteer with IT experience, which means they don't have a great deal of files on you. They just see you as a civilian that's useful. So they won't do a deep search. They'll just give you freaking access because you know how to fix things. And also, you can't stay past office hours, but you're allowed in office during office hours, which the protest is. So let's do that.
Okay.
I did establish, though, the process is on a Saturday.
All cops are open at least from 8 to 5, Sunday through Saturday. It's 7 days a week. Now, they may all be out on lunch from noon to 12:30, but they're open for at least 8 to 9 hours, 7 days a week.
So we're putting a 3 back in the field.
The safest part of the field.
There's no such thing. Okay, let me get to work. Oh, you just see hobbling over to like this makeshift workshop. Just starts tinkering.
Love the confidence in me, Ope. Thanks.
Last time I was confident in you, cost me half my face. So we're gonna make sure you're okay this time.
It wasn't my fault.
It was all of your faults collectively as a team. We failed together.
Nice to see that you're a team player there, Ope.
I could either be mad or I could be bitter. I'm gonna be bitter.
You can be mad at the people that did that, so.
Yes, that's why I'm gonna make sure that if Athrena runs into somebody, that she can take them out in a way that she's comfortable with. So if I show up late again, they are well and truly unconscious.
Yes. Speaking of that, on that subject, in case to run into any of them, what do you want to do? Take out quick or take out for information, that sort of thing?
Again, ideal scenario is we get the disc and one of them alive, so we can have 2 sources of information. That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario, we just deny them the info. And hopefully most of them are either severely injured or dead, or apprehended by MI6. So it's best case scenario, we get things go well. Worst case scenario, scorched earth.
Just before we get on the murder people train, very, very slim possibility, but are Hive also maybe not working for the cabinet here? We just assumed that they are.
Given everything that we know about the cabinet, given how they dealt with us, and that this is very specifically targeted information, and also what the fuckers did to Ope's face, I put it at 90% sure that they're working for the cabinet. They may not know they're working for the cabinet. They may know they're working for the cabinet. Either way, I put them in the ground.
I mean, I just wanted to put that out there, right? Because, again, I agree. Most likely that they are working for the cabinet, whether they know it or not. But there's a slim chance they might not be.
The slim chance, the 10% chance that they're not, they're an alphabet soup agency that I can't tie back to a specific nation. Which means that they are independent. Independents have short lifespans. They know this. They know what they signed on for. And so I have 0 qualms.
Okay.
If we're gonna hold hands and do take the cabinet together, we would have had that information from our previous friend.
Also, who names their organization Hive? That's a
We used
Saturday
to-
morning cartoon villain.
Actually,
Used
it's
to
a
work for one
DC
called
villain.
U-Mind.
It's called Madam B. It's very, very C-list Flash villain. Frida, are you okay with melting a person?
No!
Okay, well, we got to make some alterations here.
Melting
Are you making the heat ray watch?
Don't ask questions you're not ready for the answers to, G.
You don't need to kill them. You just need to give them early onset Havana syndrome.
Frida, do you know how to use a whip?
I
Probably not.
refuse to answer that question. In the case
Oh.
it may discriminate me.
In a non-recreational manner is what we're asking.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, there goes that idea.
Just like knock them out or like temporarily blind them, you know,
Just
concuss them
maybe-
a little bit.
I know that you like results, but maybe for Athena, something that is not messy.
Rocket launching keyboards, you know, not just a couple months ago, but I guess we're not messy now.
Oh, I this isn't me.
That's an absolute last resort thing. What's that, like extra spicy pepper spray or something? You know, you got that?
Bear mace doesn't work
Pepper spray?
incredibly well.
Look,
Um,
you know, I might be a fake doctor, but I really don't want to harm people.
most likely the people that you are harming are either cops or agents. Tear gas is totally relevant here.
How do you feel about lasers?
Oh, why are we using lasers?
What is this? Like,
Now I'm curious. Like,
I'm really jacked up on the sauce and I'm just shooting for the sky at this point.
this is a spy
Obviously.
movie from the 70s. Oh, like, fuck. Shit. Okay, so, right, back on track where we are with this mission. I'm going to try and get into the Met and access their computers. What are you guys doing?
Making
Taking
you a
care of
fake
you.
ID and then doing some stretches because I'm probably going to have to hurt someone today.
Good God.
get into Whitehall, find the drive. Make sure you're open to communications in case I have to figure out what it is. You know this stuff better than I do.
Y'all know that Whitehall is like one of the major biggest like areas of the government, right? That's not, you can't just walk in and be like, hi, I'm a tourist that lost my way. Oops.
No, I can just walk in. That's what this is all about. Holds up NSA ID.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be the first time.
And
How far do you think
Nix
that's
is
going
Nix.
to get you?
You'd be surprised how many Europeans just want the American to go away.
That's true. Been there. Yeah. Okay. And
I mean, that's how we got Ope.
Huh? You know, the trick about you is I don't know how you're going to end up screwed. So it's really interesting to try and solve a problem that you can't guess.
Look, stop thinking about how I'm going to die for 10 minutes and what are you going to do in the mission, okay?
Oh.
Are you on Overwatch? Are you going, I mean, I wouldn't recommend you going in there and fighting
Oh,
people,
no.
considering...
No, absolutely not. I was going to watch the protest with a sniper rifle and just shoot anything that doesn't look good.
Problem is finding you a good vantage point that's not going to be monitored.
Oh,
Good
we
point.
have that covered. And when he says we, like, Boom Buzzer comes over and nuzzles him.
Yeah, but if you're
You'll-
actually going to be posted up and you want to have a good view of where we are,
Oh my God, you're right. Helicopter.
No.
Oh, because the airspace in London is just unmonitored and anyone can fly a helicopter wherever they like, huh?
I have a terrible suggestion, and this is the first time I'm feeling guilt today.
Just sit on Uncle
How bad is it?
Uncle you
How
know,
bad?
I'm
No.
gonna have him say that. I should
We-
sit on
we are-
Uncle Ben.
No. We're sending Ope to Westminster Abbey to post up as a sniper at the cathedral.
Is that by Uncle Ben?
You mean Big Ben?
Sure.
It's nearish Big Ben, but it has a better view.
No, Spider-Man's dead father figure.
It's also a brand of rice in the UK.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh,
here.
it's here too. I just remember.
Oh,
Yeah,
But
here too.
they started rebranding just last
Sure
year
they
because
have.
they realized something decades of years later.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I would say because
I'm
of
gonna be-
security, Westminster Abbey is probably your best bet to find a tall perch that gives you view of the protest route.
Okay.
oh boy.
That should easily get you within view of Downing Street, and if you're as good as I think you are, you should be able to pip someone outside number 10.
Oh, Susie, there's Greg's
I'm-
around the corner.
I'm great. Actually,
Is?
I'm real good.
Yeah. Westminster Station. I mean, there is literally a pub on the corner with like several floors, and the Houses of Parliament shop. You go to 1 Parliament Street. It's just a front of windows and like a townhouse. But I'm fucking here for the cinematic posting up in Westminster Abbey, one of the towers.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It would
That's
give him
fucking nuts.
enough height to get a proper view. Also, come on, that's Jason Bourne level nonsense.
Up in the belfry.
I want
Oof.
to
Yeah.
see you throw someone off that roof.
Well, if anyone gets to it, it's going to be Ope.
It's really high up.
Yeah, it's not a great line of sight, to be honest. But
Do you know what?
I'm willing to stretch the
tell.
reality to be like, it's cool enough that, yeah, you'll get line of sight on stuff.
Yeah.
Woo.
Funnily enough, Big Ben has a better line of sight.
It does.
Yeah,
Big
but it
Ben.
has
told
better
you.
security.
Well, hang on. Big Ben is
Put
currently.
me on Uncle Ben.
Oh man. Oh shoot.
Big Ben
Oh,
is
shoot, look at that.
currently
Scaffolding.
under repair.
All scaffolded, right?
Yeah.
So it's even easier
Put
for him to
me
get
on
up it.
Uncle Ben.
Oh, that means you can get in as.
Get the
okay,
high
yeah, so
vis and the hard hat on.
Op can.
He's away.
Yeah, Op can just like disguise the equipment.
He's the clock technician.
Even high, I'm a genius.
Big Ben actually does provide you with the best line of sight if you can get to the
It
top.
is good. It is a good line. It is a good.
Very good line of sight if you can
Yeah.
get to the top.
Yeah.
Just want to say I'm very proud of both of us for going, actually, Big Ben's the name of the bell.
I was about to say, it is. Yeah.
I'm just,
Uncle Ben is
I'm
the
just
tower.
doing it now.
Uncle Ben's the tower.
I hurt today.
Okay, that's it. That's it. for me.
I have never been more happy to play a stone genius in my life.
Okay, right. No, I want to look. I want to look. Can you get into the Big Ben clock? You can't get it from the bridge. That's too high up. But
Helicopter?
You do not
No.
need to helicopter you.
I mean, by the looks of it, there's a work entrance
Yeah, like I see it. Yeah, right down there.
on the. I just want to say for the MI5 agent listening to my stream that this isn't real. Okay, we're not
No,
really
we're
planning how to
not.
work this out. All right, it looks like there is a work entrance on Westminster Bridge.
Excellent.
But you will basically be trespassing into the Houses of Parliament because it's the same site. But that's fine.
With A heavy caliber rifle.
With a heavy
Yeah.
caliber sniper rifle.
Probably.
All right, but that looks directly onto HMRC, Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs.
Nice.
Huge amount of bad ordnance.
Well, I know what I need to build, so just give me a second.
I have so many concerns.
So we have a plan.
Now that I know that I'm gonna be perched up on Uncle Ben, first off, the selfies are gonna be fire. And third off, did I say second off or first off? I don't remember. All I know is that I'm gonna have a great time.
Just watch your step.
Right, because if I fall, I'll die.
Ah,
Yeah.
Oh damn! I need to build two things.
so let's forge.
What are you building?
So the first thing that we're making is I believe there's like a parachute or like a wingsuit that I think I'm gonna need to buy or make, because I see this going tits up real fast and needing to jump, and I don't want to die when I do that.
That's commendable. Well,
Parachute cufflinks or bracelets. That's the thing.
Yep.
So we're gonna make that, and then I'm gonna use the rest of my tech points on. I just saw it here, so. Oof, boy. Yeah, here it is. An optical camouflage screen.
Oof. So parachute cufflinks are caliber 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that's under electronic and security, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
Yep, and that's gonna be the remainder of my stuff.
Optical camouflage screen, caliber 4.
Yep.
Set up on a tripod, has a projector arm that scans the environment behind the screen and creates a false 3D projection of that environment on the enemy facing side of the screen. People looking out behind the screen can see the environment in front of it normally due to a two-way mirror effect. Okay.
So I'm basically gonna plant that down on Uncle Ben as I'm like perched up, so people only see like behind me and not me with a sniper rifle.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Alrighty, boys, I'm ready.
Any other prep at all?
Yeah, I got to make Athrina's documentation. So, what do you want for the forgery roll? What stat?
I would like an intelligence-based check, because I think it's about some info gathering about exactly what it needs to look like and all of that kind of stuff. So let's go back to this.
17.
Okay, a 17
Nice.
is their difficulty. So you've got a DC 17 false Met ID, Athrina. Yeah. All right. Okie dokie. So how did you want to actually approach the protest? Did you want to head on in from the beginning and follow it through as it, winds its way through the London streets? Or did you want to try and get to a specific location, kind of hang out there? It's up to you guys what your approach is.
Should maybe get to the information, get to the hard drive as soon as we can.
Yeah,
So
you could
that'll
head
be
straight to
posting up at the
Whitehall.
building. Yeah.
I was gonna ask before we deploy, how much money did we have,
Give me a
or do
second.
we have left?
We have left in the kitty 97,600.
I would ask if I could borrow 3,000.
Shouldn't have a problem.
Okay.
What you getting?
Zoom Buzzer, and Doom Buzzer.
Excellent.
Do more drones.
More angles that I can see now. Yes.
Oh, can you tell me where you're going to buy 2 more new drones on a Saturday morning, right before a protest in central London?
Dang, I thought we were the night before still. Flurb. I gotta call up the boys.
Oh no.
Where do you think a bunch of gangsters are going to find a drone at this hour?
Look, they steal shit. I don't know. You guys need better criminals. I'm gonna use my Ranger contacts to see if I can contact anybody that would have that information for me.
Okay. I would like you, please, to make a... I can't believe
Let's
this is
fucking
basically
go.
foraging. Please roll me. It's going to be DC 20. Survival. Natural Explorer applies.
Yes.
So you'll double your proficiency. And it will be intelligence based. Oh, no, sorry. It will be wisdom based. Because it's survival, isn't it?
Oh, balls. Okay. So, all right. So here we go.
DC 20. You have an advantage die in your frame.
Oh, I'm gonna use it.
Right.
I am rolling just nature because it's the same thing.
Okay.
We just have to add 3 more to whatever I roll because double the proficiency bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Your super smart ranger contacts managed to find you a couple more drones out the back of a little Luton van parked on the south side of Westminster Bridge, round the corner in a little driveway. You do the dirtiest little deal to snag yourself 2 new drones. These are high tech, but they are factory setting, straight out the box, fell off the back of a lorry drones.
That's cool. All I need to do is sync them up, and then and then we should be good. And I'm gonna look to Athrena and Sherlock and go, quit underestimating my gangsters.
You receive a phone call from, or like a voice call from Hope. Just starts with that, I assume.
That's it. That's all it is. It might even be a text. But yeah.
It's a voice message. You just recorded a little. Don't underestimate me.
I'm so sick of y'all being mean to my gangsters.
Okay.
As long as they don't turn on you.
They would never work buddies.
This is a young East End lad, probably in his early 20s. Wearing a trackie, wearing some track suits, out the back of his van. Yeah. Related.
Look at this.
Related to. He's one of the Rixes. He's related to the guy that you befriended, shall we say?
Awesome.
And it's only a short walk across the bridge, across the River Thames, to get to Big Ben and to get to your position up on the tower.
Right.
I'm not going to make it difficult for you because I actually love the idea that you basically, hard hat and high vis jacket that cost, a few pounds from a shop somewhere, little outfitters, and you're away.
I almost said something that would have definitely got me killed. I was just gonna do it for a breezy day, innit? Just get killed by the 2 actual British people.
Yeah, sorry, Hope's dead now. I just can't go away.
Just
That wasn't bad. I mean, it was
It
an
was
American
terrible,
doing
though.
a British accent, but it wasn't bad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's almost as good as Susie's Cockney accent.
Hey now, that's how people talk in London.
It fucking isn't. It's beautiful. I love the fact that like James and I can do your version of a Cockney accent as well. I don't know quite how it. Anyway, okay. You breezy day in it, which no one says, and so the foreman gives you a kind of weird look, but whatever. And you head up the scaffolding slowly but surely until you get a vantage point both on. Where's my maps? Where's my maps at? There's like a field outside Parliament, which is Parliament Square garden, which is usually have statues on it. It has also been a place of protest historically too. I mean, I think there was a guy like camped out there for yonks, in protest of basically everything. And so you've got the vantage point of that green, which is where the protest will end. It will gather there. And you have a vantage point across the road at HM Revenue and Customs. Big white building stretching out across the other side of Parliament Street, basically Whitehall, where the Hive agents are planning to hit. What about the rest of you? Where are you posted?
Sherlock, you're going in as a.
I'm going in to just use my actual like ID and go. So, I'm here to go over some security records about some foreign nationals that are part of the protest today.
I could probably go in as some sort of IT tech, and maybe you throw enough big enough of a fuss, easier for me to get around and just find the room. What do we need to do there?
So the two of you actually want to go into where this is being grabbed, or you wanted to go into Scotland Yard, New Scotland Yard, to the Met Police kind of HQ?
Unless Athrena needs a distraction, I'll go over to the HMR RC.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That way, like, if there is someone who looks professional, knows what another professional looks like. So, if I have eyes on someone like, oh, you are also the heavy. Nice.
Okay.
So, I think if we're going to sync with you, I will come in a little bit after you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are going to hit there. And Athrena, are you still planning on hitting up New Scotland Yard, trying to actually get into the security doodads? Okay.
Yep. I will be in costume as how I personally, Susanna Grace, look in London, as a disgruntled northerner who is tragically in London and having to put up with London shit, just trying to get to her fucking job.
Are we sending our techie with any defensive things or?
Oh yeah, you
well,
like? Are you making any? You're making any?
Here's
kit
a
for
knife.
Athrena.
Here's a knife, Athrena.
No.
Well, we're not giving Athrena something that can be disarmed from Athrena and then used to murder her. That seems like a bad move.
Oh, it would be the worst.
However, that being said, I think we may be able to give you a few things that are useful.
Huh?
You can't swing a bat in self-defense to save your life.
Nope.
But you can push buttons. So a simple stun gun sounds like a good idea.
Okay. I will have to go through security to get in there. And stun guns are illegal in the UK.
Right. You guys aren't allowed any fun toys.
The best in terms of weaponry I could probably get away with, even though they're still legal, is a keychain that's a knuckle duster.
Hey, you remember that stun ring I made a while ago? Nix, you still have that?
Yeah. Yes.
Ooh, okay, that's better.
Not gonna do any serious damage. It'll allow you time to get away. if you need to.
That's all I need. I mean, look at me. Who am I gonna damage?
Nobody.
Yourself.
Well,
Sorry, was that rhetorical?
there's one more thing we could purchase for Athrena, if we can use Ope's contacts, possibly, because we have the money to get it.
Oh, now you want to talk to the gangsters? Okay.
No, it's-
Well, now I'm talking about gangsters obtaining something that will be useful in keeping one of us alive.
Oh, boom buzzer's not useful. Did you hear that, buddy?
No, boom buzzer's exceptionally useful in very specific ways. What I'm saying is we need to give Athrena either some nerve agent gas or one vial of neurotoxin.
Oh, I don't do.
Neurotoxin
I don't.
works.
I know. I'm an engineer, not a biochemist.
Or
so-
possibly just a heavy sedative is good enough.
A heavy sedative also works.
I prefer the sedative over a neurotoxin. Less likely to kill someone that way. Ish.
Also, it won't be as bad if somehow you get hit by it as well. So
I can probably play off a
Neurotoxin's bad.
sedative rather than,
Neurotoxin, yeah.
neurotoxin, yes, nasty stuff.
Okay.
You're buying a 3 sedative.
Strong one, yeah.
Is that what we're doing? Okay.
Yeah.
You can buy one.
Delightful. How much?
Check the price. Oh, this was all the nasty stuff, wasn't it? Oh, hang on a minute.
It's
Sedative. Kind of gadgets here, aren't I?
the sedative is really good.
Do I need to roll and see if my
Save on
boys
it.
have it?
The save on that thing is
No, I feel like this is enough.
I mean, it's London.
$250.
That's worth it.
damn. That's pretty. That's not that one.
You don't even need to go to like gangsters to get fucking drugs in London. They just offer it you on the street from personal experience.
14-year-old kids just offering you skunk. Yeah. Okie dokie. Was there anything else? Okay. Do you guys have any preference in order of which you want me to set these up? I feel like the Athrena thing is like more of a setup first, and then you guys are going in.
Mhm.
Ope is going up the tower. Okay, cool. Athrena. The forgery roll was a 17. I feel like that was a good roll. Let me check my stats. Police
So-
officer. Passive perception. Yes. Okay. Your forgery is a good one. It allows you inside New Scotland Yard. There's the fancy entrance, which maybe you mistake as the one you should go in. And then you realise that it's just a press conference entrance. And actually, they send you around the back. And so in you go through some pretty dank white corridors that you come to expect from basically every single IT style job you have ever been in. But they... do you want them to help you? Do you want them to point you towards anything? Or are you just, like, getting in and then doing your own thing?
No, because the whole cover is that she's like someone here. Right? Maybe they pulled in extra people for
Like
the
the setup.
protest, right? They need
Yeah.
tons of extra eyes.
Yeah.
So she's just happy to be like, yeah, I'm here for the thing. And she's got her little badge, being like, I'm here for the surveillance. They just need extra eyes. Like, where do I go? I've not been here before. This is my first day here at the Old New Scotland Yard. Also, London shit. She's gonna be complaining about London the whole time she's here, like really playing the Northern a bit.
Cool. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. So they point you down a corridor a couple of turns, and then as you approach there, you get eyes on glass panelled room in front of you, and it's exactly what you imagine from one of those kind of like mission centers or like operation centers, where there's a couple of big screens or projectors and they're showing different stuff on the walls, but most people are looking at a couple of monitors in front of them and they've got a keyboard and they're just working away at kind of several desks that are lined up and everyone can see the main display. And there's like, there's a hex map. They think, and it's all hex, all sponsored by it all looks kind of like a bit like how when you buy a professional version of something like Google or Microsoft or Teams or something like that, it all looks like a little bit more professional and a little bit less user friendly, but it's probably a lot more capable than a regular like Hex OS or anything like that. But you've seen these kind of systems before. You've been hacking into them for years, so it's nothing that worries you. All of the desks are manned, though. They're all staffed. There's no space to go anywhere. But there might be other options. You might be able to hit up a different room, a server room, a different, a junction or something else, if you didn't want to try and blend in here.
I think she's gonna try and blend in here. She's gonna grab like a clipboard or something and just like walk around as if she's like assisting people. Just she's there to be helpful. And just try and get her eyes on as many screens as possible, so she's got as many views as she can. So like if each person's got a little quadrant, she'll like just float her way between them.
Roll me an infiltration check.
Oh no.
Because you're kind of gathering intel and also trying to blend in.
Yeah. Just as a heads up, friends, I did a couple of test rolls on Miria yesterday and they were good. So today's rolls are not going to be good.
Oh, no.
I'm going to use that.
Okay.
I'm going to use an advantage. Oh, I didn't need to. I was a 24.
That is exceptional. And you blend in like a charm. Yeah. No problem at all. No one bats an eyelid. Or even really looks at you. It's all police staff here. There may be a couple of other suits that you could probably make as something, maybe MI5. But they'll be working in conjunction with the police on this. And what were you looking to... I've just noticed your avatar. What were you... Fucking betrayal dog. What were you... So, sorry. Say again, disassociative brain here. What were you trying to do?
Yes.
You were trying to get as many eyes on as many cameras as you can.
Yeah, basically trying to get as much as a view of the protest and the surveillance around as I can. I'm looking for anything that seems odd, suspicious. If I can see the Hive agents in amongst the protest, if I can get eyes on Nix and Sherlock as they're working their way through too. But I'm also, as well, while I'm here, is like, I'm also listening to what they're talking about, right? And if they flag anything suspicious, I'll be like, ooh. Okay.
So a lot there to unpack, but I'll try and go through things kind of like that makes more logical sense. So from an operational standpoint, you've got a lot of regular police officers here policing the march. And they're, you can see kind of where things are on a map, like where their operational like units are. The main screen is obviously a helicopter shot of the one fucking police helicopter, thank you very much, that flies over my house all the fucking time. and it's got a full color view at the moment, as it's slightly overcast day, but it's a kind of fairly regular day in England weather-wise. So it's not raining, thank you, the States. It's just overcast and a bit grey. But it gives them enough visibility, so they haven't got to put on any light infrared or anything like that. But at the moment, they are pinning those eyes on Hyde Park as the thing kicks off. Obviously, things will, progress down the route, and stuff may happen with the protest. It depends how long you leave it. And so a lot of their police engagement, particularly with the actual kind of boots on the ground whilst they're walking their route, the protesters, is very much kind of that soft touch community policing, like making sure the protest itself is safe, and it's trying to provide the protesters with as much protection as it is protecting everyone else and everything else around them. And so, genuinely, and so, there are a lot of regular police officers that are just wandering the route with them. A lot have been positioned on key locations, obviously. The Met seem to be operating on very similar intel to the stuff that you have intercepted, and so there have been more officers and a lot more armed response units positioned in those really key strategic locations, like the Houses of Parliament, like those different landmarks, like Downing Street, although Downing Street would anyway. They're just they're a little bit more on alert because something is happening today, and it's not just a fucking Tuesday or whatever. But they do also have a bunch of riot vans positioned at key locations that are able to get to wherever it's going to kick off in rapid time. Those are loaded with riot officers, and this is a bit of a controversial kind of subsection of the Met, because what's been said about them in the past is that they're basically Met officers who are looking for a fight. They're wanting it to kick off so that they can hit some people with batons and make some short baton charges at people. But for our friends over in the States, it's well worth saying that our riot officers barely never carry firearms. That's our armed response units. They carry normally it's just like it's a clear Pyrex kind of circular shield, or it's a full length kind of tower shield, a baton and some mace. And what their tactics tend to be for protests here is they'll use those short baton charges. So they'll like squat up in a line, they'll just run people, and they'll just get them to move out of the way. And that's basically the tactic they employ to move people around. The other key tactic they employ when they're actually trying to control a situation is called Kettling here in the UK. And it's where they basically form you up into an enclosed space. They make four, they make a square. They make four like walls of a square, and they keep people there. They don't arrest them. They don't detain them. But you can't go anywhere. So they just keep you there. So when we've actually had riots previous, years back, they had a real problem because those kind of tactics didn't work because it was so asymmetrical and just so disorganized. People were looting stuff or running away or doing this, that, and the other. There was no we're a single group of 500 people marching down this place and they kind of know where to go. You would imagine as well that is regularly the case with kind of protests like this, that the organisers, or the Met has actually been in touch with the organisers and gone, where do you want to go? Where are you marching? What are you doing? And they usually comply and say, this is what we plan to do. We plan to go here. This is what we're going to say. And this is what we're going to, the placard we're going to thing. And we don't want anything to kick off either. And so, we kind of cooperate. And so, I know that's a lot of kind of info, but it may be just a key bit of context about how things are, how what their police plan is, at least in my imagination. Any questions about what you can see then, Athrena? kind of
Okay.
based on that, or like anything
Yeah.
you missed.
Are there any eyes on Whitehall that I see as I go around this room beyond just like the normal sort of like, oh, something's going to happen in the
Yes.
protest?
Absolutely, and that's the other key piece of information, the key kind of plot thing I want to get across as well, is that a few of the desks, particularly towards the back, where people aren't being so attentive to like where the squad cars are and where the police helicopter is and stuff like that, is that they're basically kind of the IT people running the software. And for the sake of cinematicness, when you look over, you can see that it's running, and there's like 500 little images of faces going, and there's all that kind of stuff. So they're running the facial recognition software, and almost as if it's a bit of a taunt to the protesters, these cameras have been set up, these temporary cameras, and these and they're like, I imagine like outside like little generators for like roadworks and stuff. They're on like a Jenny on the bottom. They got like a pole up. They got a couple of cameras pointing around, and they're all along the route. And they're basically facing the protesters that are about to be walking this way, angry about the fact they're using facial recognition software. So you've got eyes. As long as you hover here in the command room around these like IT guys, you've got eyes on the entire route. But just on kind of a few monitors along that desk. Otherwise, the Met do have, let's say in this command room, they do have more centralized access to quite a few of the security cameras that are around London. Because I think there are basically those kind of control centers, but I think they probably tend to be like by borough or something. But because you're in Westminster anyway, and New Scotland Yard's right there, they've got a connection going with the actual kind of security camera main command room thing. So they've also got access to kind of all of those. But you've not necessarily got access to like all security cameras like all around here, because it's like, the shop, the convenience store has one, and the so and so has one, and this other shop, the chemist has one, but like no one, like they're not all on the same circuit.
No. But no, hovering around the facial recognition folks would be super useful. Also, Thrina's like, thank fuck I didn't go down there. Because she would have got pinged probably. So yeah, she's just gonna hover around there. She's gonna make herself as useful as she possibly can to them. If anyone needs a cup of coffee, I'll go get that for you. That's fine. But yeah, she's just trying to. She's basically right now like Oracle from Batman, right? She's just being the intel person. If anything seems off or fishy, it's like a real quick like.
Yeah. And and I want you guys to really kind of have comms on this. So even if it's like you've basically, chucked a private like group call on your phone or your device, and you've literally just put it in your pocket, so that you can say stuff, or you've even got like an earbud in or something.
Probably an earpiece. Everybody's got earpieces, right? Like it's cool. It's like cool future thing, right? Like little.
So you can have open comms to people, not a problem.
Cool. Yeah.
You basically set up a glorified kind of Zoom chat, Zoom call that's just you keep on the go.
But yeah, so I'm ready here for if reinforcements are coming to Whitehall, or she sees anything dodgy on the route, they need help with exfil, like a route or anything like that. She's got eyes on like the whole place, so she can just be like, cheese it. She's about as good as their comms will be, but there you go.
All right, cool. So for Sherlock and for Nyx, do you guys want to head into the HMRC building before the protest arrives to that location? And if so, how early?
Actually, come to think of it, I'm going to give a contact that I have yet to tap a call. That auditor that's there in that building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to come in for a meeting.
On
I
a
have an
Saturday?
excuse. Yeah,
With a government employee?
yeah. Why? Because it's an American.
All right.
I have no respect for your leisure. We work 24/7, 365. What do you
Glad
mean
this is a
days
Saturday, because Sundays are just no.
No days. None days. Yeah, you do have the. I did think of this earlier. Actually, I was thinking like, you still got your financial auditor with an axe to grind. Okay. Sure thing. Yeah, you can tap him up. Okay, and you want him to just like meet you at the offices.
Yeah. I also have info that contained within your building is something that somebody has misfiled. A hard drive that has a lot of evasion records, essentially, that hasn't been put in the right place.
Okay. So, about 20 minutes after the, as the start time the protests have kicked off, Thrina, you can see from the helicopter display that they are starting to get to the edge of Hyde Park, Piccadilly. In civvies, in glorified hoodie and jeans, your contact turns up. Make that what you will, a minor protest or whatever, but it's definitely a Saturday. So he turns up in that, and gives you all the pleasantries and stuff, and swipes you in.
Thank you.
He would take you to his office. There are some people here probably who are doing, kind of bit of overtime or whatever they need to do to get stuff done. All very unofficial and unpaid, of course. And he takes you up a couple of floors to. He doesn't really have like an office himself. He has he shares an office with a few people. But thankfully, it's pretty deserted today, and it's got that feeling of a deserted office on a weekend. It's kind of like it's quite cool in there. It's kind of air is kind of weirdly, kind of a bit stilted, but seemingly fresh. Like you've just had, just like the cleaner's just been through. So that slight mix of like cleaner, but also dust having been like hoovered up from the floor, maybe just kind of caught a little bit in the air still. But you head inside, and so he sits down on a swivel chair, in a very kind of relaxed position, and just kind of swings about in a kind of Saturday kind of leisurely way. And it's like, okay, well, what did you want to? What's this about? Evasion records and misplaced files.
Apparently, there is a hard drive that contains records of financial disclosures, specifically targeting what we discuss about realty and land here in the city. It's on a hard drive that's physically been pulled. It's not part of any server farm here in the building. It's just sitting there. And I have it on good authority from some of my security sources that there are people that are either trying to keep this buried or trying to get their hands on it for leverage.
Okay. I mean, I could try and help.
All I really need, aside from already being in here, thank you, is an idea if this hard drive is here. What office would it be in? who would have that sort of data just sitting about?
Well, I mean, like, and if we bring in hardware like that, if we bring in hard drives or anything like that, or any devices like that, I mean, they're all kept up in the server room anyway, and we have banks of stuff. And they'll be banked up in there too, I would imagine.
Okay. That makes sense. That server room. Is there a vending machine near there?
No. No, it's in the basement. So, I mean...
Basement. That general access, or is that something that's actually secured for once?
Server room... Server room... He starts to sit up and kind of look around a bit like, oh shit, actually this is getting quite serious. Server room is... It logs you as you go in. But, yeah, I think I could get you in.
Just to get a look around. Again, with the protests, if someone was going to do something untoward, they'd do it today.
Okay. All right, and so he basically, you tap this contact, and he effectively takes you down to the basement, and then logs you into a server room. So it's like an old kind of augmented like oaken door. So it's nice polished wood. And it's still got like like a kind of like a polished silver handle and stuff like that. But there's kind of more to it than that. So it's he gives it gives his card a scan, and then that kind of releases like some deadbolts and stuff, and he actually opens that door. But as you step through into the server room, or the corridor at least, just nearby. It is dark inside, and you can feel the temperature drop almost immediately. But there's Nyx, yourself, and there's the contact. Put a little contact in. Haven't got my new token yet for them. Having led you into this corridor, and you can see just about that you've got like through these kind of windows that are just there.
I've got a black screen.
Yeah. This token does not have vision enabled. That's why. There you go. Try refreshing if it doesn't work.
Yeah, I see things now.
Vision?
It's just dark.
I did vision. Then have you already got is there a dark vision thing for you or Infiltrator yet?
I have the dark vision. I don't have. Yeah. I'm not seeing anything.
What's the dark vision on your character sheet talk about? Let's make that right.
I have dark vision is night eyes. There we go.
Yeah.
Dark, just you can see in dim light 30 feet for bright light, and darkness as it was dim light.
Cool. Okay. So Nyx, you can see things a bit more clearly, and Sherlock, you can see kind of in the darkness. There are these little lights in these kind of like server hubs, and they got these like plastic or glass kind of containers around where you would stand to actually maintain the server or do anything with it. So there are these server stacks, kind of 2x2, and then in between each pair is this like little Pyrex cage basically. You could effectively walk into. Right next to you here on the map, what you can see through is windows right the way through into it. So you can't actually access the server room right here, but you can head to the end of the corridor and head through into a doorway to the right-hand side that you can just about make out on the end there.
Mhm.
Feel free to have a move about, or basically kind of, head towards where you would want to go.
Sorry, my
Okay.
roll 20 is stuck on the loading screen again.
Oh no.
Trying to get it to.
Should be alright, it's not such a big map.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the
So Sherlock, I would say that walking right up to the end of that corridor, and what you notice is at the very end, next to you, on the left of you on the map, is a security camera up on the wall. You might be able to just make it out. And then there's a doorway just to the kind of north of you from there, and you can see through. Again, more windows. But kind of here is where you can see that there's a double glass doors with handles.
If I can head on in, I'll head on in.
Yeah, but you're just in there, and you can see there's like a control desk just next to you. This has like server statuses and is the kind of maintenance thingy.
Okay. Just seeing if is around this desk, is there like any loose hard drives, or is this just like everything's pristine?
Yeah, everything looks pretty pristine. Everything looks pretty put together. I mean, this is night and day compared to the offices above you. Like all the offices above you, they're pretty kind of messy, kind of what you might expect from an office, generally speaking. But also, they're still dealing with a few paper records and stuff, and they've got to keep records as well as much as possible. So where the walls were lined with bookcases of paperwork and stuff like that, upstairs, down here it is very clean, very pristine, very well kept.
Right. Just going to have a walk and take a look to see if there's any. Again, I'm looking for that loose hard drive.
Yeah. Are you heading into the main server room itself?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do that.
I think we'll both give a look around.
I've got to give this poor guy a bit of a cinematic. As you walk through the doors, he's kind of crossed his arms and he's feeling a bit chilly, and he's like, am I going to get in trouble for this?
Hopefully not. Hopefully everything is as simple and mundane as I hope and most things feel.
Listen.
All right. Give me a perception check. So if you want, one of you could roll with advantage. That'd be handy. Or you can both. I don't mind.
Nix, I think you're better at this, so I will happily give you advantage.
All right, let's see. All right, this. That's it. 26.
Ooh. All right. You don't find a loose hard drive. Something to grab, even in some of the cabinets that are the little maintenance areas for the actual server stacks themselves. Everything is very clean, as I said. It's very well kept, and the server stacks themselves are blinking away quite happily. I'd definitely let you ask me a couple of questions about kind of the scene or what's here or what you're looking for in order to help you, though. And you feel free to crowdsource the questions as well.
Yeah, this is kind of beyond me. Like, I don't know what precisely we're like. It's a hard drive, but it's not kept separate. So if like I can't just go around each of these server stacks and just randomly pull disks. That's a big no.
Yeah.
I know at least that
Oh.
much. But
That's
is there like any clipboards, any logs that are about for maintenance purposes or evidence purposes that are in this room or out on the desk?
You want to use that as one of your questions?
Yeah, because that's the best lead I've got.
Yeah, you need that or like a connected terminal
yeah. I
with
was
a directory on it.
Yeah, I was
Some
thinking about this
storage.
computer having possibly a directory to be give us some rough idea of which hard drive. Just by browsing it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you're literally just
Yeah.
At straws.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're spot on. So the only kind of records about that or a directory of what's in here would be on that main computer. One more question if you fancy it.
Oh, Pope's working on something. There's a
Heard a
thought.
tiny squeak.
Now my OP brain's kicking in, and I'm just going, okay, if I can't find it, how do I ruin everything?
See, I'm so happy to be a good influence on you.
I was looking at these things.
If I needed to just wreck everything here, what would be the easiest way to ruin essentially decades worth of logs immediately?
Well, lovingly drawn on
Nice.
the map, I can see that there are these kind of power
I'm gonna look
conduit
it up.
things. They've even got the little electrical
They got the
warning
little
symbol
symbol.
on them. There's a little health and safety poster which is what we call your thing.
Please do not hurt this box.
Yeah. You've got the warnings poster on the wall. The other thing as well is I can't remember exactly what I decided this was because I was going to kind of improvise it at the time. But right at the other end, the kind of top right, if you can see my ping, there was it was like a kind of maintenance conduit. So it was basically regulating temperature, power, all of those kind of things.
Okay. Being just in real life, being just techno literate enough to be a problem. The junction box, if I futz with that, more than likely the safeties would kick in. And stuff would still be able to be salvaged. However, you can't salvage stuff easily if it's melted. So it sounds like the environmental controls back here, if I wanted to cause an OP-like meltdown, would be the best place for me to be. So I just make it so that we go from the deep cooling this place needs to we are going to make this a tropical vista. We are going to make it humid in here and exceptionally hot.
Okay. You can absolutely do that.
Don't need to do that yet, but we have the ability to.
We have two options in case this goes
Yeah,
Surely.
you do. You have the ability. What's the plan from here, you two? Are you gonna wait? Are you gonna futz with things?
I
What do you think?
have a laptop and I'm gonna try and connect. If I can connect to the terminal, and then I'll contact Athena.
Tech support. We're contacting tech support.
Yeah.
I like it. That's
I
fine.
give you access to the. We're having trouble finding which hard drive it's on.
So
Figure more of us looking at this.
through your laptop, you are giving Athena remote access to this server bank. Fucking A. This is what I'm talking about. Okay.
Woof.
It's like Nick's is okay at getting this stuff. It would take long, but I think if
Yeah.
Athena's got the she's got the natural
Capabilities
Artist.
plus like
Trina's got
Just-
the sauce.
just
Yeah.
let Athena have access to all the HRMC's records. Nothing could go wrong now.
Mhm.
Clone Tool version 2.3.16.
Like we are essentially have just done steps 1 and 2 of a big money heist. I hope you know that, Athena.
And I think Nick's will help if we'll kind of help out if we can get some. Most of us can have more eyes on this thing. Also, it looks like I'm doing actual work on this thing rather than just sitting there just staring at a screen.
I love
in
it.
front of this guy.
I'm going to give you 2 things, and this kind of counts as some kind of inspiration. But I'm not going to give you mechanical things. It's going to be things that you that happen that you notice. First thing that happens, guy, the putz who's walking around with you, the HMRC guy, does that typical. What are you doing when you're like connecting up to the computer and stuff, and starts to become a little bit of an annoyance.
Just doing some diagnostics. We've been having trouble with the network. Just trying to get a look over.
And as you say that, you notice that in the top right-hand corner of where you're working is another security camera.
That's fine.
Cool. Just wanted to
Is
point
it?
that out to you.
That's fine.
Is it fine?
Okay. You guys are free to chat on your open hex call.
I mean, Nick's came in a disguise, so it's like
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Okay.
worst that happens is I'm either dead or I'm no longer allowed back in the UK. So
and hopefully
You
if
can only burn that card another like 150 times.
Yeah.
and then you're out.
it's a background feature. I gave you the chance to take it away from me. You didn't.
No, I know. But like, it's just funny. You've got 150 more countries to burn. Let's try it.
yeah. I mean,
If I get to 100, I get a Sunday.
already, so it's fine.
Sorry, Lynn. What was it?
I say that. Well, Trina's got half those countries set already, so
Yeah.
Charlotte's got to do some work to get banned in
She's-
more of those.
Yeah, it's just a red notice in a lot of those countries already. That's the thumbnail of the red notice.
Yeah,
It's you pulling some bees.
I'm so far behind. I've got to make up some of that lost.
Look at
lost
that. I
time.
did all that without killing anyone.
Yeah.
Pointed notes.
Look at
Anyway,
that. You got outlawed without killing anyone. And the person that kills people is welcome.
I mean, that's the problem inherent in the system with rampant capitalism. Stealing money is worse than killing people. We all know this. Anyway, that's nothing new. Anyway, Athena's like, hi, Mum. What do you mean you locked out of your hex again? Just press the button I told you like last time. And then I'm just going to pretend that I'm sorting out my mum's hex that she's got herself locked out of.
Yeah. You roll out your laptop and perch on a desk, I assume, just nearby. And then you can connect with this server bank. I did not write
We have
the
done a
stats for this
terrible
server
thing.
bank because I am a
We've
moron.
done good.
Just vibe for me for 2 minutes while I find the.
Oh, Never
hacking
in my
things.
wildest dreams did I think we would get a 3-nut access to a server bank in the HRMC. Like
Yes,
that.
erase
I just
you find-
thought it was like this was going to be like a secure evidence locker, and we're going to have to like grab some stuff to be by some musty files. Not,
Yeah.
oh, we're giving a 3-nut access to all these records that if someone could just futz with slightly, could completely throw out of whack the entire tax code and records of a country.
do that.
So I've got to work out what defenses they've got
The big
involved.
country. Yeah. See how
Um,
far up the international, most wanted list we can get.
Here's my
Afterwards.
my,
How
my,
much
my
can we fuck
question.
capitalism this week?
Here's my question
Well,
as the filthy American here. Because I know the IRS, our Internal Revenue Agency,
Yeah.
is criminally underfunded
Yeah.
and deliberately so.
Yep.
How well funded, staffed, and supported is the HRMC?
Oh, terribly. Absolutely terribly.
there you
So
go.
I'm guessing they have a vast corporate, and that's about it.
Fun fact, when I last went into a police station to help my boss out, because we got some stuff nicked, this was only maybe 4 years ago, they were still using Windows XP.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, there's
Yeah.
actually a scandal that happened not too long ago. Is that a lot of the IRS documents were on a Windows 95 machine.
Oh,
What was the thing recently in the UK that it was something to do with like tax, or it was something to do with the COVID stats? I think they couldn't report one day or something because the Excel spreadsheet broke. They did too many. They did columns, not rows. So they did too many columns, and the sheet broke, as opposed to doing rows where you could just go as long as you kind of like. Like they just, I was like, what are you doing? Yeah. Yeah, the world is held together by string. Let's not forget that.
and like sometime I think it was last year or the year before, a huge sheriff's department in Texas was shut down because someone in their office clicked a malware link that was like, click here to see a huge rack.
Yeah.
And they were fucking brought down.
It was Ope, and he just sent them a big server rack instead. Check out my big rack. Big server.
That's the kind of joke I'd make.
Yeah, totally. Okay.
While this has been going on, can I just be updating my Buzzer's software? Like
Yes.
just
Sorry. Yes.
sitting on Uncle Ben, like, ooh.
Yes. Yeah, you can absolutely, mate. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I haven't got to you yet. I do.
Oh
have,
no,
I do have a thing for you.
I'm the thing that happens when shit goes bad and nothing's going bad. So he's just eating a sandwich, playing with his drones. I love this for him.
It's a very
Some
dry
Candy Crush in.
sandwich. It's a very dry sandwich. Like you've
You
probably
got,
you've got it over a little convenience store that's just next to the tube station, and he didn't go to
Should have gone
Greg's.
to the Greg's.
Should have gone to
Should have
Greg's.
gone to Greg's.
But you didn't. You got a dry cheese and fucking pickle salad sandwich from like.
Oh! Oh!
that sounds good.
That's the kind of shit we have here. I mean, to be fair, I'd nosh that right down because I'm British and weird.
To be fair, a good cheese and pickle sandwich. Very few
What
things
the
like
fuck
it.
is wrong with you?
Can't have
That sounds good.
Do you know what? Do you know, I saw in my local supermarket, I saw fucking Piccalilli, Sam. I shat myself. I was like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing. I love Piccalilli. Oh, it's good.
Pickles belong on a cheeseburger and a hot dog, and that's it.
Pork pie. Mm.
No,
Fuck is
good
a hot
Chicago
dog?
dog is worth stabbing a person.
Oh, it's true. Been stabbed. Can't confirm.
I mean, at this point, I've been in a country that doesn't have pork pies, and I would stab someone for a pork pie. Nearly 2 years without one.
What else does this thing have?
Nothing on it. It's fine.
Oh, but I want all of the firewalls. Okay. Okay. We're going to get into the meat of it now, Susie. What is your first hacking action?
I need to remind myself of hacking actions. It has been a while.
You've got all of your hacking tools.
Mm-hmm.
In so much as what they do, they do. And then you've got your own, as a hacker, you've got your own actions that you can perform. Because the idea being that hacking tools, anyone could, in theory, install, and then they just run it and it does the thing for them. But you've got your own stuff. So you can attack. So you can literally attack the you can compromise the integrity of the operating system by dealing it damage. You can modify, which is a bit more of an open-ended action where you can change something about the system that you're working with or the data on it and stuff like that. You've got patch as well, which can heal your own coding hit points for your own OS. And you've got bypass as well. So bypass lets you kind of swing past certain firewalls and problems because of your elite skills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. So, sorry, Ope. No, was there anything in particular you wanted to get out of updating that software? Anything you wanted to augment them with, or
I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure that it can't be compromised easily. And then from there, he would send one of the drones to keep an eye on his motorcycle that he has stashed nearby for an escape. And then another one over the crowds or where the protesters are going to be. And he might just be using his glasses to do some light facial recognition to see if there's any notable criminals in the protest. And then Boom Buzzer's going to be the one that's watching his back to make sure nobody creeps up on him. So he's just switching between views to make sure that, okay, bike's still safe, crowd's still there, nobody's creeping up on me.
Yep. Yeah. And so to kind of move things along a bit, and this kind of, I'm notorious in my timey-wimey stuff, but this kind of ties in with how much work Athrina's going to be doing into digging into the server room. By the point we catch up with you, the protest is starting to turn in from Trafalgar Square. It's just about to reach that turning point where it starts to walk down Whitehall, which is the road that you're overwatching. So they're close by now, but nothing has gone bad. And you can get little peeks from where your drones are positioned of the occasional police van that's parked up behind a shop or something, or a row of townhouses, strategically positioned, ready to pounce if they need to go. Let me note down the. Actually, I'll just keep it there for me, which is very handy. Is that the same? It's the same. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, Susie. What do you want to do first with this system?
Okay. So what I'm going to try and do first is run my IR user rootkit to try and make the device just recognize me as a user.
Very good idea.
So that's a bypass action. So let me roll my info text the same as what I'd be rolling. Oh, fuck me. I got a 9, Sam.
Okay, roll me an intelligence saving throw.
That'll be a 17.
Okay. So, let's look at that. So you're not easily able to embed that hacking tool into the operating system. but you manage to. It's not because of the authorization policy that you're hitting up against, but you're managing to bypass. It's the fact that a fair amount of this system, not just the data that's actually stored here, but parts of the OS are encrypted as well.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, well, this is where we are gonna crack the knuckles, and we are gonna run our Tomb Crypt, which scans encryptions and firewalls, studying its encrypted data against already known algorithms and ciphers. Subsequent attacks I make against it will have advantage, and I deal bonus damage equal to my intelligence modifier.
All right. Make that scan. I think just happens, right?
Yeah, it just does it. There's no check for the.
So, give that a read for me again. What do you learn about what firewalls there are?
Yes.
Okay.
It just means that subsequent attacks that I try and get past them have advantage, and I deal bonus damage.
Okay. So there is like a kind of password firewall in place. There is an actual account system database in place with passwords and usernames. You do have a user with you though. Whether you can get him to enter in his details, that's up to the people
I think
on the
Athrena
boots on the ground.
Athrena runs that, and she's like, there's a person there. Make them do it.
That's twisting an arm that I don't necessarily want to twist it.
But hey, the longer I stay connected to the machine, the longer they have to find out that someone's attacking the machine. And if something goes very wrong, it all gets shut down.
What I would think is that your feeling on that, Sherlock, is absolutely right. This would be like burning the contact.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. He is already jumpy, and we have 2 cameras on us right now. I do not need him freaking out.
All right, Mum, well, you're going to owe me a big fucking dinner after all this is done, yeah?
Yeah, we've got a couple of grand for dinner.
Just do what you need to do.
I mean, do you all need a distraction? Because
No!
Not yet.
God. Just imagine him lifting up fucking Chakram. Need a distraction.
No.
Give it a few minutes. Give it a few minutes. We might need that.
if you say the word, I can cause an international incident at a moment's notice.
If you see, a messy head prime minister called Joris Bonson, and you just slip, then I can't hold you at fault for that. I'm sorry. I won't.
No comment.
Hi, agent that's surveilling me. I don't actually. No, I can't finish that sentence. Anyway, make believe. None of this is
I make
real.
no apologies for any sentiments towards Boris Johnson.
Fiction.
It's a,
Okay. What's next?
What is next is we're gonna use my Caliber 3 hacking tool, J Ripper, which is a brute force attack against password firewalls. Most importantly, password firewalls that have been encrypted. So I need to make a hacking attack against the firewall, and I deal 3d8 damage if I do that. If it is encrypted, I deal a bonus d6.
All right. So you're going to do the bonus. If you make that attack for me.
Uh-huh.
Your hack and attack.
All right. It's got advantage because I run my Tomb Crypt.
Okie dokie.
It's a 22.
Bam. Not a crit, though. All right. Roll that damage. And add the d6 because it's encrypted.
Okay. And I get to add my intelligence modifier, which is an extra 3. So we're doing
this is where it
3d8
shines, baby.
Plus 1d6 plus 3.
Come on.
3d8
Whoa,
plus
oh.
1d6 plus 3. That's
Oh.
14.
What the hell?
Fucking roll 20, man. Oh, wait, I'm also a black hat. So hang
You
on.
are.
Script Kitty. Oh no, wait, do I not get that? No, I do, right?
Script kiddie.
Hacking damage becomes 1d6, and you add 1d6 bonus damage to any damaging effect from a hacking tool, so an extra d6.
Roll a d6.
Come on.
Pray
Please,
for a
please. No,
5.
no one. No.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh. Jeez. So many ones.
A lot of. It's a warning right there. It's a warning right there.
So this brute force attack, it is literally cycling through every single character of every single password that it can be. You know, more than anyone else on the team, that this is just time. Brute force means that it just takes a while, and if their security, if their personal security, if they've briefed their staff in any half decent way, the fact that you have, letters and some numbers and a special character in your password means that it will be cracked in like 3 billion years, not in 15 minutes. But your software's better than that. But it's still just going to take time to bash through this password firewall. You're literally just hanging around at this point. At which point we've got to name this bozo, right? What's a good British HMRC auditor's name?
Harold.
Yeah, Harry to his friends.
Harry? That's a London boy name.
Harry.
Jones, Smith, Thompson.
Jones.
No.
Jones.
No.
This is Jones. I already have a Mr. Smith.
You do. Pennington.
Pennington. Harold Pennington. Oh yeah.
Write that down.
Oh, this poor man.
He's an auditor.
And Harry is getting impatient and jumpy. And so if you're still Sherlock by that like environmental control,
I will move from
Okay.
here.
Yeah, let's
I'll move back over here
like
towards
crowd
the main
control.
door.
Yeah, the intimidation /
No.
persuasion. Like,
It's all
corral.
It's all super casual.
How the two of you want to crowd control? Not crowd control as such, but
calm this man down.
He's like, "What are we waiting for? Why are we waiting around here for? I don't understand."
A few things. I'm just trying to make certain that the intel I have is wrong. That's what I'm primarily here about, Harry. There was supposed to be a usage of the protests as cover for a private agency to try and obtain this hard drive. I'm here to make sure that doesn't happen. I've already had a wonderful conversation with somebody over at MI6 shortly after I came here. And about the things that we discussed. They are informed. Also, I know that another agent whom I'm familiar with was looking into sort of a tangential thing around the protests, because in intelligence circles, anything that's this international has a tendency to bring the wrong kind of crowd. And in looking into things, someone met with some violence last night. Agent's safe, but the perpetrator is now in custody, but they had some stuff that makes me kind of twitchy. That's why we're taking this.
Roll me a persuasion check.
$16.
I like you. His response is like, "Oh wow, this is some real spy shit." Okay, oh yeah, all right. Actually getting a little kind of weirdly excited. It's like, oh, okay. Well, I just don't want to get in trouble because they've logged me coming in here. I haven't been in here in months. We never come in here.
Yeah, I don't want anyone getting in trouble, and I don't want anyone getting hurt.
Well, look, as long as you put in a good word for me, I think.
Well, I'm trying to get you access to the stuff that we're discussing, and I'm getting some blowback, which means that whatever information that they're trying to get a hold of is probably worth it. And that's why we gotta stop.
Everything is still on plan. It's taking longer, but nothing has changed. So everything's fine.
Right. Well, I mean, so what are we doing? What are we just hanging around for?
Mostly to make certain that there isn't somebody that shows up dressed like my friend here that just manages to come to the door down there, walk in, and try and walk out with what's in here. Again, they probably have a better idea of what they're looking for than we do.
Sure, okay.
But if nothing happens in the course of the next 40 minutes, then it's likely nothing. Or they likely got scared off because one of their agents didn't check in last night. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for that other agent and things going sideways should have properly scared them off to try and reschedule things. But that's how it would go if this was a government agency. But this is private. And so they don't necessarily always act the way you want them to.
Oh, okay. Wow. Right. Weird. We are going to go to Ope, though. For Oppenheimer, you're staying on Overwatch. And
Eat
then
my cheese and pickle sandwich, apparently.
Yeah, just finishing off the last few crumbs. And you notice in one of your picture-in-picture views through one of your new drones, just keeping an eye on your back, on your rear guard, to make sure no one's creeping up on you, that further down in the image, down towards the street, you see a couple of police officers pointing up towards the drone. One of the officers is an armed officer. So this is a, battle rifle / or maybe a submachine gun kind of jobby. They are pointing up at the drone in restricted space. I mean, you can't fly drones around Parliament from what I guess.
All right. I'm gonna do a quick facial search on that cop.
What database are you checking it against or have access to?
I believe I still had Interpol. And I have internal security, so I'm familiar with security softwares for government servers. So I'm gonna try and use the British intelligence servers as well. See if I can locate the name of this officer.
So I don't imagine that you're connected to any of those at the moment. I can imagine you can get like an Interpol read, but like they don't flag up on Interpol. They're not wanted internationally. One thing you could do is, again, kind of sharing with the team a little bit, I guess, flag it over to Athrena, who does potentially have access to police servers, like staff and criminals.
Hey, Athrena, I've got some cops looky-looing at my birds in the sky. I've got a face on them. I also wonder if you could run it through your systems to see if I could get the name and a phone number to give them some bullshit about why it's okay for me to have my drones.
Okay, granted. No, I can't get the police on the kids playing football in your front garden. Okay, I'm a bit busy at work.
So you're stretched too thin right now?
A little bit, yeah. Mum got herself locked out of her hex device, so I've got to fix that. And it's taken a little while. She's done a real doozy on it. And, time is of the essence with Mum. She's like...
All right, plan B, going messy. Like,
Whoa, hang on, Granddad. Whoa.
As he cuts off, you can see and hear on some of the displays that are around you and some of the chatter that's happening just off to your right-hand side that they've spotted a drone hovering around Big Ben, and that is a potential security breach. So they're going into a plan whatever that they're going to actually get some of the riot patrol, some of the the riot police vans are actually mobilized now. So they're going to try and cut off the protesters heading up to Parliament Square in order to seal off the area. And they're going to try and take the drone down via, like, there's something you can do. You can literally just point like a radio signal or something at a drone, and it just kind of and like kind of falls to the ground. So they're going to try and safely get the drone down, basically. But they're treating this like this could kick off. This is a real security risk type thing.
She's gonna call back real quick. Granddad, by the way, keep an eye on your pigeons, because I've heard that where you are right now, there's a fucking nutter going around with a gun taking them out. And I know you love your pigeons.
Yeah, I love them very much, so much so that I might hurt a dog that tries to bite them. So do you have a phone number? Can you at least pull a phone number of somebody important? That's all I need.
I can try.
All right, thank you much.
How the fuck am I even gonna do this? I don't know. Is Susie how I'm mechanically gonna do this?
Poor Athrena's just like, okay, we need to break this. Also, drones.
She's like, phones either side like this, fucking typing on 6 keyboards. I'm just one woman.
All right. One last hacking action, and then we'll wrap up. But I'll make a note of what we're actually planning on doing next session, so that we don't forget. Okay. Yeah. In between the pigeons, maybe getting shot. What's the next hacking action you want to do? And if it's just do that again, then that's fine.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, if you're interested in hacking in through rather than trying to use the leverage of Harry, then by all means, kind of keep attacking.
Yeah, Sherlock's basically said that he doesn't want to burn Harry by making him do it. Cowards. So I'm gonna try and hope roll 20 doesn't fuck me. All right. So hacking action. Let's go. 24.
Bam. All right. Roll me that. Is it J Ripper again? If it's so, roll me that damage.
Yeah.
Roll me that damage.
3d8.
Okay.
2d6. And then 3. So that's 18.
What's with all the ones?
Roll 20.
Less ones.
Fucking
less ones.
hates me.
It's because you're rolling d6, Susie. It's because you smashed through that password firewall. So you managed to break into. Let's say it's okay. You can either have because it's a really obvious choice. I was going to say you can either have admin or guest, but I guess fucking admin.
Yeah. Wait. I've always wanted to do this. I'm in.
Oh, nice. Give me the phone number.
Not you. Sorry, wrong ear. I'm in.
All right, that's a really cool point to end the session. Let's do it. Thank you so much, friends. All right. So hang on a second. So we don't forget. Okay, so you just smashed that. That's fine. I remember that. Noir, what's the plan? You're looking for a phone number. I just don't want us to forget.
Yeah, the plan is to call the superior of whoever is running the plan to get the drone down, and to give them the lie that this is actually part of the construction process. There are some points in Big Ben that we can't get to physically, so we need a drone to see inside. And sorry, we didn't get our permit. We thought that was handled by somebody else who thought that was handled by somebody else who thought that was handled by somebody else.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Wicked. No, that sounds
excellent.
That sounds.
And if that doesn't
cool.
work, I'm killing everybody.
Oh my god! Please no. Okay.
No, honestly, the plan is if that doesn't work, I'm just gonna have the drone lower behind my camouflage, so it looks like it's gone.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, Opie's going to try and con them. To say
Just
it's...
love the look of worry on my party's face.
Yeah.
Anytime Oak says he's gonna do anything.
All right, go Messi. No, wait, what?
No more drones in London ever. They're like no drones in London.
No.
No, Granddad, don't get the sten out of your fucking garage, please.
I love that. That was such a good double speech as well. All right. Well, thank you so much for a cool, fun session. We still haven't had any fucking combat yet. I was ready. I had it prepped. And you got one step ahead of me. Always one step ahead.
Still probably going to end up coming down here, so.
Oh yeah, it's all going to kick off. It's going to be great.
Yeah, we're going to get.
I just can't wait to jump off a big bed with my parachute bracelet.
That's real James Bond shit. That's going to be so good.
Oh, that's going to hurt.
And then land on a moving motorcycle because I'm controlling it with my goggles.
Yes, that's amazing.
On top of a red bus.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be very cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, all right, lovelies. Thank you so much. So let's close out as our usual. Let us know what you're up to, and where people can find you. All that good stuff. Noir, please kick us off.
Yellow. Let's see. I've got weekly shadows happening every Wednesday. It's an Urban Shadows game with a rotating cast. If you want to play, let me know. Just send me a DM or something. Then we'll make it happen. You'll be whatever monster you want to be. Then let's see. We've got Talking Crit, a late night TTRPG talk show happening on Tuesdays. Monday is Kingsguard. D&D campaign that I've been running in a homebrew setting for the last 20 something years. Saturday is Morning Ritual. Our guest this week is Sarah Frankel from TPK Roleplay, which is going to be awesome. Sunday, Rivals of Waterdeep comes back, so check that out. I'm the producer for it, and then I'll see you at PAX.
You're always so busy.
I'm trying to be. I need money.
I know. Alrighty. And Susie, where are you? What are you doing?
Hi, I am, as ever, all over the internet at Susanna Grace. That's Susanna with one N, as Sam very helpfully put in the bot, which I noticed ages ago and forgot to yell at you for because fuck you. But I will be here tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern for After the Fire, which is the internet's #1 talk show about all things After the Fire, where it will be me, Tom, and Millie at least screaming about After the Fire tomorrow. We've got a couple of things to cover. We have the summer hall incident, as I've been calling it, and the incident.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
As well as what happened after and what we think is going to happen. Probably be a lot about us talking about how we're going to have the meetup and what's going to happen there.
You know what I've got planned for that episode is for you to meet and then just listen.
Just
that's 2.5 hours or 3 hours right there, honestly. Yeah. I don't really have any plans for that.
Yeah. It's just going to be me yelling at V and Don for 2 hours, being like, first of all, how fucking dare you? Second of all, how fucking dare you? So that will be happening tomorrow, and that's right here on Follow Black Cats. And then I'll probably be playing something on my channel on Friday and see how many of the usual crew I can wrangle for it. But we'll see. Unfortunately, I won't be at Dragon Meet this Saturday with the rest of the Black Cats crew, but they will be there at the con at the Novotel in Hammersmith, London. So please do go along and see them and give them shit for me. Thank you very much. Don't be nice to them, please. And then
or come and give us shit in the afternoon, because I won't be on the booth at that point.
Yeah, go do that. But yeah, that's me for this week. And then, next week I'm back on my channel, back here for HEXCRAWL, and back here for After the Fire.
Yeah, nice. All right. And Pope, what are you up to now?
Hey everybody, Pope here, Pope World Below Twitter, Pope World Below Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. It's December, which means things actually slowed down for me for once. But if you want to catch my ridiculous face, you've got here on Wednesdays, and then every other Sunday over on Matev7's channel, we continue our our youthful heroics in Masked Sunset City.
Nice.
If you are at PAX, give my friends over at Wheel of Tale your best. They're going to have a booth, so stop on by, take a look, give them some positive love, because it's been a year. It's been 2 years. Good heavens.
Mhm.
So be safe, take care, and I can't wait to see if we can stop Oak from just murdering all of London.
Yeah, hopefully. And Lynn, what are you up to?
Hey, I'm Lynn, Gremlin Art, where you can find my art I'm doing and what I'm doing out throughout the week. And for same thing, December slowing down. So our last Scion Birth of New Gods session will be this Saturday on the Wandering Society. We'll finish up our business in the Mediterranean, and hopefully we won't have terrifying demon dogs to attack us. And yeah, should have some stuff announced soon. And yeah, I will also be at PAX. Hopefully see people there.
Nice. Awesome. I am very quickly updating your command to include your new Twitter name, because I forgot to do that before we went live. But it's okay, because a copy and paste is all it took. Submit. I'll prove it to you now. Done. Gremlin art. Please check out some of Lynn's art. It's phenomenal stuff, and you can see it here, lovely displayed for us on this here stream and in the Spy Game book, where you can buy that book this weekend at Dragon Meet, as well as all the regular places online, blackcatsgamingshop.com, and also all reputable gaming stores. Yeah, I won't be on After Fight tomorrow, because I will be prepping some point of sale displays for the convention on Saturday. And I'm sorry, Susie, but neither James or I think James and I won't be available on Friday, because we'll be setting up. So no games for us, I'm afraid. But if you happen to be watching and you happen to be there, please do come and say hi. It will be awesome to meet people or see you again if we know you. And yeah, we're come and drag your friends along to get us to buy some of our stuff, because we'll be there for the first time with actual goods to sell to actual people. It will be very, very cool indeed. And there's all sorts of publishers there normally anyway, including Modiphius, all of your big regulars such as, Pearl Ring Press and I said Modiphius, hang on, what was I thinking of? Call of Cthulhu guys, Chaosium, and all sorts of people. So yeah, please do come and check it out. And as per usual, I have not had a look at who we should raid, so I have absolutely no idea.
Well, while Sam's doing that, I will remind you folks that we do have a YouTube where if you have missed any episodes of After the Fire or the HEXCRAWL, fucking hell, I'm a mother now. Head over to YouTube /Black Cats Gaming. You can catch all past episodes that we have on up there. That includes After the Fire, all the one-shots we did and all that kind of good stuff too. And if you haven't already, please do join us over at our Discord, where we talk about all things Spy Game, Cursed Captains, and we talk about After the Fire a lot on there. So please do join us. It's a nice, fun place where we hang out and post memes.
Yeah, mostly about Game of Thrones. Right, awesome, cool. Thanks for that. Good vibe, because now we're going to go and raid Fuzzy Freaks. She's playing Valheim, so I thought we'd give her some Valheim love, because we do like a bit of Valheim here in the fam. Hopefully that works. Yes, it does. Thanks for joining us, friends. Stick around for Fuzzy Freaks if you're so inclined. Send over some of our love. Give them a juicy fruits from us, as per usual. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for After the Fire. But if not, we'll see you hopefully next week as well. Until then, take care. Bye-bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.